http://www.cosmicparadigm.com/marks_corner/ Tuesday, December 15th, 2009. The slippery slope of disclosure. Share this. The messages at this site are the result of communications between Mark Kimmel and beings who are not the indigenous humans of this planet. The communications have been verified as coming only from those who are of the highest Christ consciousness. Messages on this site build on each other. For their full impact, read them in sequence beginning with September 2008. Archive below. They detail the situation on this planet, our place in the universe, and a positive picture for our future, if we are willing to act. I hope, by presenting them to you, that they spark your curiosity, and a decision to join with others to create a new civilization on Earth. As always, I encourage you to seek your own unique truth, and live it. This is my 75th posting to Mark's Corner for 2009. Today I welcome back Adriel, a celestial of this universe. Together we have fashioned the following message.
Greeting to all. I am pleased to present this material to you, in conjunction with Mark Kimmel, who has supplied some of the details in the following, as well as formatting the message. I do embrace the final wording of this joint project. Disclosure of the reality of beings from the planets of other star systems will soon take place. It is but the top of a very slippery slope, for if you are open, you will discover many, many facets of a much larger truth. Some of the following material may seem familiar. Some of it will be new. Our intention here is to touch on the major facets of the larger truth in the hope that you will search out additional details for yourself and verify our words. Furthermore, it is our intention that having digested these truths you will realize that your freedom from their domination can only be achieved in ways not proscribed within a third dimension box. In addition, those of you who are conversant with this subject will be called upon to explain all to the awakening ones among you. The truth is far beyond governments explaining away UFOs as swamp gas or weather balloons. The truth is far beyond the possibility that there are planets elsewhere in the universe and that sentient beings might exist on them. It is not so much that there are beings on other planets, which is easy to comprehend intellectually. The truth is much larger than its starships materializing in Earth's atmosphere, and much more confrontational. The truth is that there are beings walking this planet alongside what you recognize as your fellow Earth humans. The truth is that these entities have been involved, and continue to be involved in your lives. So let us begin this journey of discovery. First are the secret operations within most governments of this planet that conceal a working relationship with entities not indigenous to this planet. These relationships are generally known only to a select few in the military and intelligence services. In some countries, these relationships can also be found within corporations and other non-governmental institutions. By indigenous, we mean the humans who were originally brought here several 100,000 years ago as a part of the Starseed Project, the ancestors of Earth's 4 races, and who comprise 99% of the population. Those characterized as not indigenous or Aliens arrived somewhat later. The arrival of the alien races has been described in other messages published at this site and in other readily available sources. There have been many off-planet races who came and modified the original human stock, but this is the easy part of disclosure. This is history. The more difficult part is the reality of the current presence of non-indigenous races and the complicity of governments cooperating with them in ways adversarial to the good of the 99% majority. For at the heart of all that is wrong with Earth and her human population is meddling by certain extraterrestrial races that have infected the institutions and beliefs of mankind. This too was presented in earlier communications. In modern times, an example of intimate cooperation between a government and an alien race took place in Germany during the time of Adolf Hitler. As a technologically developed nation, and one that sought to develop technology for aggressive purposes, Germany was the ideal candidate for compromise by a race of alien entities. Agreements were made to trade technology for human experimentation. It resulted in the development of rockets and other advanced propulsion systems. It also resulted in atrocities against Earth humans. When German scientists came to the United States with Project Paperclip, the Nazi philosophy and the connection to aliens was infused into the U.S. It remains to this day. In the 1950s, there was an agreement between the government of the United States and a race of aliens who wished to experiment on human subjects. They traded technology for the right to perform biological experiments on ordinary humans with an aim of improving their own biology. These experiments are at the root of the missing children and abduction phenomenon. Another aspect of disclosure is the infection of institutions created by mankind. This began many thousands of years ago with religions set up to worship those who had descended from the skies. Most of our current religions are rooted in these ancient beliefs. These infections of mankind's institutions are dependent on the ability of the outsiders to shift into human form. For many thousands of years, this has been a hidden aspect of life on this planet. Humans who achieve some measure of wealth or prominence are likely to be displaced by a shapeshifter who appears to be the same human but who soon begins to act in ways unlike an indigenous human. Most likely this is due to a lack of emotions and morals in aliens. If you look closely, you can see this operating in politics, corporations, banking, religions, sports, and the media. This is the principal means of human bondage. This ugly truth will eventually surface as part of any truly transparent disclosure project. The technology received from alien races, plus the billions of dollars spent on their development, have now resulted in secret military bases on the Moon and on Mars. Alien technology is at the heart of projects such as HAARP that seek to control human behavior by broadcasting frequencies to induce fear. Other mind control techniques are regularly practiced on human subjects to compromise those in power and to create instruments of death. The whole subject of September 11, 2001 is riddled with hidden truths surrounding the events of that day. The truth behind those events will eventually surface and will undoubtedly show that they are not as publicized in the popular media, nor are they a valid basis for war, torture, or national policy. Unveilings like this will show the complicity of the media and religions in your enslavement.